Little People Big Dreams, Josephine Baker, by Maria Isabel Fuentes Vergara and Agatha Suter. This is the incredible story of a girl from St. Louis named Josephine. Some would say she was born with nothing, but she had 2 legs made for dancing, a dazzling smile, and a free spirit, and she was going to use them. When Josephine was a little girl, white people seemed to live in another world. They made all the rules, and these rules were very different if your skin color was black. But Josephine danced her way out of St. Louis and became a street artist, then a theater performer. When Josephine moved, her legs were elastic fantastic. Josephine traveled to New York and became the last dancer on the end of the chorus line. But somehow, everybody noticed her. Her movements were silly and stylish at the same time. Josephine knew that she had gone as far as a black woman could in America at that time. So when she was offered a job in a new show in Paris, she jumped at the chance and sailed to Europe. Just imagine how Josephine felt arriving in France. Here, black and white people lived alongside each other. For the first time in her life, Josephine felt free. Josephine became a star overnight. The shimmy, the moosh, the mess around, the Charleston, all her movements were exciting. People had never seen anything like it before. First Paris, and then all of Europe. Her fame grew, and so did her pet collection. She shared her life with cats, dogs, fish, birds, a pig, a goat, and even a baby cheetah. Her heart was big and full of love to give. Josephine began singing and filming movies. She was the first black woman to ever star in a film. Her dazzling personality made her a total superstar. But then World War II began, and half of Europe was invaded. Josephine knew she had to do something. She became a spy and smuggled secret reports in her music sheets. She was a heroine of the French Resistance. When the war ended, Josephine adopted 12 children from the 4 corners of the globe. She believed people of all colors could live together in harmony and wanted to prove it to everyone. But times were changing in America, and Josephine returned home. She traveled to Washington and marched for civil rights along with thousands of other people. A man named Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. marched with her. And when she celebrated her 50-year career on stage, the world gave her a standing ovation. It was a long way from St. Louis for little Josephine, but she had made it in her own spectacular way. Josephine Baker, born 1906, died 1975. Josephine Baker was born Frida Josephine McDonald in St. Louis, Missouri. Josephine's early years were difficult. She was brought up in poverty in a segregated city. This meant there were separate rules for white and black people. These rules affected everything, from houses, medical care, and education to opportunities, jobs, and access to services. Josephine made it despite the roadblocks put in front of her. She honed her craft watching vaudeville shows and danced herself out of St. Louis slums. Her act was acrobatic, improvised, and funny all at once. Her unique talent took her to shows in Boston, New York, and Paris. And at the age of 19, Josephine became an overnight sensation in her first Parisian show. Over the following years, she continued to amaze audiences on stage, famously wearing a banana skirt. She became the first black woman to star in a major film, going on to make 4 in total. Then during World War II, Josephine worked as a spy, carrying information that helped the French resistance against the Nazis. Josephine never stopped fighting for equal rights. She refused to perform in segregated theaters. She spoke at the March on Washington, and she adopted 12 children from around the world, calling them her Rainbow Tribe. Her hope for the future was that people would learn to live in peace and without prejudice. She remained one of the biggest and brightest stars in entertainment for the rest of her life.
Dancers in African American history. Bill Bojangles Robinson was born in Richmond, Virginia on May 25, 1878. He began dancing for a living at the age of 5. By the age of 9, he was traveling on the vaudeville circuit. At the age of 40, he starred on Broadway in the hugely successful musical revue Blackbirds of 1928, which features his famous stair dance. In 1935, Bojangles and 6-year-old Shirley Temple caused a stir as the first mixed-race couple to share the big screen dancing together.
Now, Miss Lloyd, where are you going?
I'm going home to my mother. She loves me, even if my clothes are old and ugly.
Why, the Colonel loves you too, Miss Lloyd. It's just because his rheumatism is bothering him that he's so cranky. My, you should hear the things he says to me. They would just curl your hair.
Would they really curl my hair?
Would they? You can see what they did to mine.
I don't want to go up there.
Why, everybody's got to go upstairs, Miss Lloyd, if they wants to go to bed.
I don't want to.
Look here. Will you go if I show you a brand new way how to go upstairs?
How could there be a new way to go upstairs?
Now, you just watch. I went to the market for to get some beef. And the beef so tough, and I couldn't get enough. I paid $5 for a great big hog, and the hog so fat, and I couldn't get back. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Come on. Say, you catch on quick. Look out now. Here's your last one.
Can you tap rhythms with your feet? Janet Collins was born March 7th, 1917 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Her family moved to Los Angeles when she was 4. At age 10, she started private ballet lessons because only white students were allowed in group classes. At the age of 15, she auditioned and was accepted into La Ballet Russe in New York City. But she would not agree to the requirement that she cover her skin with makeup to disguise herself as a white dancer. Instead, she performed in black theater under such greats as Katherine Dunham and Cole Porter. A reviewer said, "Janet Collins dances with consummate grace." Eventually, she broke the color barrier in New York. She performed as a prima ballerina, the lead dancing role, in Aida in 1952, making her the first black dancer to perform on the stage of the Metropolitan Opera House. Can you copy these 5 positions? First, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Hi guys, back in another video, and today I'm doing 2 book reviews, and it's about black ballerinas. One is by Debbie Allen, Dancing in the Wings, and then the other one is by Misty Copeland, and it's called Firebird. Ballerina Misty Copeland shows a young girl how to dance like Firebird. And in this one, I'm gonna do this one first. The Dancing in the Wings is about a young girl. She's very tall, big feet, long legs, long arms. Boy, do I know about that story. And she's saying how she feels out of place. She feels awkward because all the other ballerinas are so short and she's so long and kind of awkward and still trying to find her place, her rhythm, and the other girls kind of give her a hard time and her brother makes fun of her. And her uncle Red encourages her to just keep working and making your mark in the world. And they have tryouts that a guy is coming and he wants to pick one ballerina to go dance in Washington DC, and everybody's trying to sign up and get this part, and she keeps messing up, and he sends her to the back. She's wearing a yellow leotard and everybody has on black, and she's every time it's almost like he's nitpicking at her. And she feels like, she's not going to make the cut, but at the last second, he dismisses all the other girls and tell her, you made the cut, we got work to do, but you have potential. And she goes on to dance in DC, and she finds a guy that's taller than her that can lift her up so she can dance with the boys, because in the dancing theater she was in, she was too tall for the boys to lift her up, so she couldn't have a dancing partner. So I thought that was pretty funny, and I like the books because I can relate. And then on Firebird, it's a little girl I'm gonna say she's watching Misty Copeland dance, and she's discouraged because she's like, I'll never dance like that, I'll never be at that type of platform. And she was telling her, I started where you were, but all it takes is you gotta be dedicated to your craft, you gotta work hard at it, and you can be where I'm at. You probably can go further. And just throughout the book, she's telling her, reach for the stars, work hard, keep dancing, don't let nobody discourage you, things like that. So this is really good. And then in the back, she was saying how, she started late in ballet, but she just had to keep working hard, and now she's going on to, of course, set the standard. And now Misty Copeland is trying to mentor other black and brown children, encourage them to pursue their dreams. It don't have to be just ballet, but she's just saying, just go for it, because you'll never know where you can go if you don't try. Well, anyways, that's all I got for you on this episode of Black Ballerinas. Let me know what you thought of the books, and yeah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Alvin Ailey was born January 5th, 1931 in Rogers, Texas. He started the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in New York City in 1958, and its affiliated Ailey School as havens for nurturing black artists and expressing the universality of the African American experience through dance. He choreographed close to 80 ballets before he died in 1989. His masterful ballets continue to thrill audiences and have been seen by more than 20 million people worldwide.
Merhaba.
Ciao. Shalom.
Salam.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Nie wszystko super.
We hear you. Nice to see you.
你好吗？
Kako ste vi? Super izgledate.
Hello. Bonjour, mes amis. Namaste, everyone, all around the world.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Hey y'all.
Musta?
Can you see me?
그 어느 때보다 서로를 필요로 해.
Potrzebujemy siebie teraz bardziej niż kiedykolwiek.
Wie geht es euch allen?
Мы должны быть едины.
Nos necesitamos más que nunca.
我们现在比以往更需要团结在一起。
Wir sind vereinigt.
Yo estoy respondiendo la llamada.
Musimy być wszyscy razem.